Another edition of Noisemakers, a talk show of hip hop, politics, and entertainment. We're here today from Betty Shabazz International Charter School, where we're meeting with some of the most brilliant young folks that you can ever see. A lot of times, when you look on TV and you see, portrayals of young people, and our people in particular, you usually see some of the most negative, stereotypical images that you can imagine. And people will think that, there aren't, the kind of intelligence, the kind of depth, the kind of energy, in young people that may have been present in generations past. But we want to speak to a few young people today that will totally eradicate those myths and show that there are still, young people out here doing their thing, and that the future's in great hands. So I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. We'll go with the ladies first.
Hello, my name is China Stewart.
Hold the mic a little bit closer, China.
Hello, my name is China Stewart. I'm in the eighth grade.
Now, China, you're going to have to be speaking up. I heard you downstairs. Don't be acting all shy and scared.
Hello, my name is China Stewart, and I'm in the eighth grade.
Right. Thank you,
Hello,
China.
my name is Shakiri Murphy, and I'm also in the 8th grade.
Hello, my name is Naomi Macklin. I'm in the 8th grade, too.
All right, nice to meet you all. Else?
Hello, my name is Adam Cole, and I'm also in the 8th grade.
Hello, my name is Amal Malone. I'm also in the 8th grade.
Hello, my name is Kenneth.
For sure, for sure. And you've been part of Kuumba Lynx for how long?
Just this year, I'm new.
Okay, for sure. What are the goals for people who may not know of Kuumba Lynx? Why did you get involved?
I got involved pretty much because my friends told me it was a youth program that got people involved with graph writing, performance art, dance art, footwork, and all that stuff.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So what kind of artist are you?
I just stage manage.
Okay, word. So what kind of things, have you seen any change in terms of some of the ways you look at the world, some of the things you involve in?
Yeah.
And, what are some changes from between before you got involved in this?
Before I got involved, I didn't really know too much about hip-hop and things that go into it and how the media portrays it and what's going on with society now. But, with the play that we're doing, it takes a whole nother look at what's going on in the world with, society and the way people look at each other racially and prejudices that we have against each other and bringing people closer together. Word up, word up. So tell people a little bit about the play, what's the premise of it, where can people see it, what kind of things are you trying to get across here with this? So what's the name of it? The name of the play is called Word, and
Word.
trying to get across unity between all races, mainly between African American and Latino people, because we often find ourselves dividing each other, even though we pretty much all come from the same continent. You can see it at Truman. I don't really know the dates. I think it's April 20th to the 22nd.
Word. Cool. And why do you think this is important, for young people to be informed about?
I think it's important because a lot of people find ourselves dividing each other and ostracizing ourselves from one another for no particular reason.
Word.
My name is Hilda Banks, and I work with Kuumba Lynx hip-hop ensemble, and some of the things that we're doing is we're trying to get our word out to the people, and that's why we have this script in our play called Word or whatever. Right. So basically what we're doing is we're taking events that's happening 9/11 and Hurricane Katrina and stuff, and we telling the world how we view it, and Bush and all that. We just telling them how we feel upon the subject and all the stuff that's going on.
Most definitely. How long have you been involved with Kuumba Lynx?
I've been involved for a good 6 to 8 months now.
Cool. And what made you want to get involved?
Well, I heard they've been around for a long time. My sister did it, and she told me they're a good organization to be with. So I'm okay, I'm gonna try it out. So I got my cousin and me and a couple more people to join and check it out or whatever, and we like this, so we gonna continue to do what we're doing, and we're gonna stick with it. Most definitely.
Now you talked about how you want to kind of show your perspectives on issues like Hurricane Katrina, 9/11. Why do you think a lot of times we don't ask the young people how they feel about this stuff? A lot of times it seems to just dictate it to young people and to the society at large. Why don't you think more people try and find out how people like you feel about these things?
Because they probably think that we're just we're too young to know what's going on in the world, and we probably don't matter or whatever. But really, I think we have a bigger voice to say something about it. But I think most people just don't stand up for what they think is right or whatever. So that's why I think that they don't ask us.
Why do you think that most people don't stand up?
Maybe because they're scared or they're afraid of judgment, maybe. upon, like, if a young black female or whatever, like, try to speak for herself, like, most people look at her like, what are you doing? And maybe she'll be like, back off or whatever, like,
Right.
no.
Certainly, certainly. So with this, why do you think that it's important for you to stand up?
It's important to stand my ground. Like, I have, like, rights, and I want my rights. So, because I'm not just going to stand and just sit here, like, and see, like, most of my friends get mistreated. I'm going to say something about it. Like, because I think we need to change society today, because I don't really like it. So that's why.
Yes, I can definitely dig that. Me and Jason, we really, were taken aback by, the ceremonies and everything this morning. Just, a lot of energy. I think that, a lot of schools could do well by starting their day like that. How do you think, what do you guys take away from, the circle ceremony in the mornings? And how do you think that kind of like, affects your overall school day? What do you take away from the moment? Sure, anybody.
Well, I think it wakes everybody. I think it wakes everybody up in the morning and get them pumped.
Right.
The circle is like, it's a good ceremony for everybody, and it like wakes you up in the morning and just gets you ready for school.
I think overall it just brings more energy to us. It makes it, the circle basically is telling us, well, our day is finna get started, so get up, get ready to learn. It's just telling us to be prepared for what's gonna happen during the day.
Because, some schools, they walk into the class, like the circle, like, prepare us for what we're going to do for our day.
Right.
I think it just prepare us, as China said, to learn, and also it starts us on a good day.
Have any of you had an opportunity to go to other schools before Betty Shabazz?
Yeah, I went to Parkside.
How would you compare, like, some of the things that you get here in terms of the cultural aspects to some the schools that you went to, or maybe some schools that you may be familiar with that maybe some of your friends go to?
Because here at Betty Shabazz, we learn more about our culture, and we learn more about what happened back in the past. They tell us our story and the European story as well, so we can have two perspectives. But in a regular public school, they wouldn't tell you how Africans endured and stuff, and how we had our tragedy. They'll just tell you how the Europeans conquered and how they overcame all of their good things.
Certainly. Hold the mic close. How would you compare your old school or other schools that you're familiar with to, the education, the holistic education that you get here at Betty Shabazz?
Well, when we come in the morning, we just go in a circle there and do all that. And in the other school, they just go into class and do that little other stuff. And after school, they just ring the bell and everybody dismiss, and they be having fights. And at the hours, we just go downstairs and do the circle again, and then they dismiss us back classes.
Oh, cool. You talked about talked about the cultural aspects, China. Why do you think that's important? Like, you hear like the math, the science, and everything. Why do you feel like the cultural things that China talked about are vital for you to know?
I think it's important because if you don't know your culture, then you don't know yourself, and it brings out a unique thing about you, and it defines you individually, who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, really, just as Naomi said, if you don't know your past, then what's the use of knowing your future at all? If you don't know where you came from, and if you don't know where you came from or where your ancestors came from, you won't know where you're going, basically. And that's what this school is teaching us. They're teaching us that to know your past, you have to know your past in order to get to your future.
Excellent.
Like some people don't even know that African Americans mostly made everything that we have today.
Yes.
Like, people don't know that. They think Europeans did it.
Yes.
Like, and for instance, they took over our land.
Yes. That speaks to an important point. What are some of the things that you think that you've learned here along those lines in terms in the cultural realm that like have